I'm Caleb Brooks with the AHSAA Radio Network. I'm at Jackson Olin up here in the Birmingham area. I'm joined by #1 player in the state, Quandarrius Robinson, a linebacker here at Jackson Olin. And, Quandarrius, for you, it's your senior year. You're getting closer and closer to signing that dotted line and picking for sure where you're going to go to school. And it's been a tough year for you. Up and down, you probably went into the year with a lot of expectations for yourself and what you wanted to do, but you had to deal with a foot injury. And, that took away most of your season. You did get to play 3 games this year, but kind of walk me through that and then having to deal with a foot injury your senior year and kind of what that's been like for you.
Setting the expectation for myself was, I wasn't stat chasing this year. I was mainly get these guys, the younger guys, ready for, their next season. And, basically just trying to prepare them for, the rest of their seasons and stuff. So, I'm still, able to accomplish some of the goals that I wanted, which is, helping my teammates. But then with the foot injury, it was terrible for the first couple of days. But I cried. But
hey, look, man. I think if you hadn't cried when you're playing football, then you hadn't been playing the game hard enough, at some point. And that obviously shows that you love it. And, obviously you've had a lot of attention that started coming your way at a young age, and it's built up all the way to this year. But, when you started getting the attention, you started getting the coaches calling you and all that, what was that process like for you? And how surreal was it to kind of have, a Nick Saban or, Kirby Smart at Georgia or whoever was calling your phone and wanting to talk to you?
It was definitely exciting, but after a while, it got kind of tiring.
Yeah.
I do want to talk to my friends and stuff, but some coaches would lean in, some coaches would just consistent and just trying to talk to me. But overall, I enjoyed it.
Were you kind of happy to finally make the decision of committing to Alabama and just kind of getting that out of the way to where you got that done and now you could focus on your senior year back in the summer?
Yes, sir. Committing to Alabama is probably one of the smartest decisions I ever made. And I know I recently committed to Auburn, but Alabama is just that that just has an it factor. And I believe I can go in there and make an impact.
How tough is it, for a guy that is the #1 player in the state? I'm sure that you had friends that are Auburn fans, friends that are Alabama fans. Right. Both of them probably telling you, hey, man, you need to come play at Auburn. Hey, man, you need to come play at Alabama. Right. And, both coaches and both of them are in this state. How tough is it really to choose between which place you want to go represent, and play for in this state, being from this state?
It's really not that tough. It's just you got to deal with both, fan bases. Both of them are, diehard Auburn and Alabama fans. And some of those diehard Alabama fans are in this school at the moment. And, some of them were mad at me when I decommitted, and some of them got, was happy for me, and some of them were, pretty angry. So, I had to deal with that more than anything. And I finally, just, ignored it, blocked out all the hate, and just, picked the school that was best for me.
T.D. Moultrie is a guy that kind of played the same position as you.
Right.
Did you kind of think back on his process, how he handled things and the way that he went about things, and kind of use that as an example for how you kind of, went about things with your recruiting process?
I would be crazy if I didn't, just take things from him and Cuttis. Like learn from their mistakes and learn from their success and, and just be great. I've been doing that throughout high school, just trying to be like those guys, and so far it worked out for me.
Playing those first 3 games and getting to do that, when this team was full strength, and y'all have had to deal with a lot of injuries this year and a lot of other stuff, but what was your thoughts on this team early in the year when you were playing and everything was kind of together at that time?
I was thinking the playoff run. That was my mind. That's my mindset for any team I play for. But I was thinking playoff run. That's the only thing that was going to my mind. Even though I know we're young and we got some guys that are like they just ain't football ready in their mind, but physically they're ready. Those guys can ball out just as good as me. I just so happen to be 6'4" and 220. So yeah, my mind it was just playoff run. I just wanted to make my year special.
Speaking of special, last year was special for you guys. You got 10-0 in the regular season, and you got beat in the first round against a really good Decatur team that, they were a 4 seed, but probably shouldn't have been a 4 seed. And But to do that, to go 10-0, you know, especially with the history of this school, and really over the last 20 years, it really struggled in football. How special was last season for all you guys?
Last season was very special. You know, you got a lot of seniors, a lot of leaders, and you know, just only a couple, you know, juniors that played on offense and defense. You know, you only had me and another guy that was junior that started on defense.
Yeah.
So the rest of the team, like the rest of the defense, was just seniors, and you could tell by how we worked and how we became, you know, close and all that stuff. We became 10-0. I can't tell you what happened, you know, that first round, but you know, we got a little, you know, off, and it translated on the field.
You see it every year. You're probably going to see it, you know, this coming week.
Right.
You know, with a 1 seed getting beat by a 4 seed. I mean, it happens all the time. You guys just happen to be that team. But, you know, what was it about last year's group that maybe was a little bit different? I mean, besides the senior leadership, but what was it that kind of helped y'all have a little bit more success last year compared to this year?
Everybody was pretty determined. Everybody knew what they wanted, and they were just so determined to go get what they wanted. And I love that about, you know, that last year group, because every single one of them was just hungry. They just had that mentality that I won't be beat, I won't be stopped by anybody, and being around that kind of helped me, you know, up my game a little.
Yeah.
I wanted to be better than Levante, Bentley, AJ Tony, Chris Hall. You know, I wanted to be better than those guys. Just because I seen those guys ball out last year, I wanted to do better this year. So, you know, it was just their drive for success.
What does the future here at Jackson Olin look at? You know, I talked to Coach Fakakis just a minute ago, and he loves his 9th grade group. So, I mean, you know, tell me what you think about these guys that are coming up. Middle school had a great year this year. So what is your thoughts now when you come back and watch, you know, these guys as they grow up?
I mean, it's pretty safe to say that we are going to be like the IMG of, like, high school. And we're just going to be homegrown. We're not going to go and, get kids from, you know, other states and all that stuff. We're going to be homegrown. We're going to be like IMG, having all these 4 and 5 stars, you know. And a lot of these guys got 5-star talent now. And that's scary to see.
Oh, yeah.
If I was seeing a freshman hit me or a freshman, you know, catch a pass on me, I'd be scared for like this. I would be scared for my younger guys. And some of them guys are just rock solid. You got Bakari Kennedy, you got Eric Muse, you got Caffey. You know, you got a lot of guys that are gonna make an impact.
Yeah.
Later on that senior season too. So right now everybody's looking scary. It's looking scary, and I can't wait for having this bad season, and then knowing that the future is going to be nothing like this. It gets me excited. I just can't wait till it just happens.
Yeah.
Because when it happens, I'm gonna brag so bad. I am. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You know, like we mentioned, I mean, Jackson Olin had struggled for a while until Coach Fakakis got here. How much have you seen, you know, student support and you know, people around here kind of gather around this football program and the success that you guys have really been able to have since your 9th grade year?
Just like any other football team, we're gonna have haters. You're always gonna have haters. It just turns out that some of those haters are some of the people in this school. And we've learned to block out all the noise, and either from inside the school or outside the state. You know, we learned how to block all of that noise out and just focus on us. And I actually had 2 cousins that came here, well before I was even in middle school, and I came and watched them. And my second oldest cousin, he was here in 2016 when Coach B first got here, and he was a senior. And I liked how Coach B done things and everything. So, I've seen Coach B work when I was younger, and it was kind of like, I had my mind made up with my 7th grade year that I was going to come to JO. So, it's kind of crazy just thinking about it now.
No, I know. Yeah, I mean, it really is. And for you sitting here 5-star, and you're going to go play in the Army game out in San Antonio, but when you got that 5th star, that's what, if you're a recruit, I mean, you dream of that. Right. What was that like for you when that happened and you saw that?
I mean, I don't really focus on stars and rankings and stuff, but I mean, it's a blessing. It's always a blessing in everything that you get. So, I mean, it's a blessing, but I try not to worry about it too much. Guys come up to me and I'm like, oh, you're a 5-star, you're a 5-star. I'm like, I'm just a regular dude. I'm not nobody special. I'm just a guy that is just tall and big and just can play football.
Yeah. Going to play in that game, though, out in San Antonio, the Army game, we were talking a little bit before that. It's this prestigious game. It's on NBC every year, and the whole nation really watches that game.
Right.
How excited are you to go out there and to go compete in that? And you'll be healthy by then, hopefully,
Yeah, like, I have a little story about that, and the thing is that I wanted to be in the Under Armour game so bad. Because for me, it's like the Under Armour game, then, like the Army All-American game.
Yeah.
I feel like the Army All-American game is a little bit more prestigious than the Under Armour game. Both of them would be great,
Oh, yeah.
like great choices, but I just felt like I wasn't worthy enough to go to the Army All-American game. And when they called, I actually cried. I cried. I did. I mean, because I really didn't think I was worthy enough to play in that game, or I wasn't good enough. But for them to call me and tell me that I can come, and I was going on the spot. I was going it wasn't no thinking about it. It was like, we'll love to have you come, and I was like, oh, I'm coming.
Yeah,
I'm coming, like for sure. So I mean, like I said, that's a blessing that I would not let go of. I'm just proud. So.
How often do you talk to other, Alabama commits and, guys like we talked about Roydell before the show, and you got Demoy Kennedy that's also down in Theodore. How much do you talk to other guys that are committed to Alabama, and do y'all have a little group text or anything like that?
Oh, we most definitely have a group text. We stay in contact, almost every day. Like I believe I talked to Malachi and Roydell a little bit more than the other guys, but we definitely stay in touch. We check up on each other, congratulate each other on each other's success and stuff. So yeah, I talk to all the guys, but we just got a group text, so you can basically tell how they go.
Yeah,
right.
And I mean, for you, choosing Alabama, obviously, it's been one of the best teams in the country for the last 10 years. What is the one thing that you kind of feel like they're really going to be able to help you with your game on, developing, and then obviously the ultimate goal of making the NFL?
From what they've seen and what they've told me, I need to get better at shooting my hands, and I'm kind of looking forward to them fixing the major problems and the small problems. Some colleges only fix the major problems, like the noticeable problems, and some coaches actually sit down and take their time to see those little tweaks that you need to work on, and I just can't wait till I get there and just work on it.
And, I can just tell, I mean, you get so excited when you think about that. And I think that's impressive to me is that, you talk about working and you talk about, working hard in the weight room and you get excited about that type of stuff. I mean, what is it about all that just makes you, just kind of get going when you think about that?
I mean, Coach V kind of instilled the weight room to us pretty early. So, I mean, weight room, I love it. It's just coming, it's just a part of the process that I love now. I think James Harden said it a couple of days ago that you got to fall in love with the grind, and the weight room is definitely one of those little part of the grind that I fall in love with. So going there with Coach Cochran and some of the other guys, top prospects that might love the weight room as much as I do, it's going to be kind of going to be fun.
Well, Quandarrius, appreciate you taking time to sit down with me, man.
No problem.
I enjoyed it. Good luck to you, as you continue your career wherever you, do end up choosing. I know you're committed to Alabama, but, wherever you choose, I mean, good luck to you. And it's a blessing, like you said. It's a special thing. And I'm looking forward to seeing, you grow as a player and how things go for you, man.
All right.